welcome back to another review. So today we're doing the 9th installment of the Simpsons Treehouse, a horror series that happens every year around Halloween. So this one aired in season 10, because I guess they started these in the second season, so it's always one behind the season that it's in. Oh my goodness. So this is the first one, I think, where I don't think any of the segments I can really pin to, like, a specific thing it's a parody of, per se. But it is definitely one of the most fun ones I've watched so far. Just altogether, outright. I feel like I very, very, very vaguely remember seeing this one when it aired, and I feel like I never saw it again until today when I rewatched it. So, it's been a while. So this one, the very first segment on it is called Hell to Pay. Not as in to pay, but as in to pay like you would wear on your head. So the whole premise of this one is, you know, the criminal Snake. He wanders into the Quickie Mart, as you do, and he's doing his usual petty crime shit. And this time, things go differently because he's not just going to be arrested. No, they decide 3 strikes, you're out, even though canonically, he's definitely had way more than 3 strikes, baby, but whatever. That's okay. 3 strikes, you're out. You get in the chair this time, Snake, and he swears to exact his revenge on Chief Wiggum and on Apu because they were witnesses to this and sent him to the chair. And Chief Wiggum's like, don't forget Bart Simpson over there, who witnessed it too. Great. So, they're not just going to execute him. No, they have their own freaking reality show of, like, executions gone wrong or something, or when executions fail, something like that. But they bring him on there. There's, like, showgirls bringing him up to the chair and everything, and it's so over-the-top ridiculous. And the thing that sent him to the chair was he smoked in the Quickie Mart, despite no smoking signs. And yeah, this will be the last time that your secondhand smoke ever hurts another citizen. And of course, as they're throwing the switch and he's frying, the smoke is making everyone cough. But it's funny gag in context. But anyway, so he dies. They decide they're going to harvest him for organs. And all of a sudden, we cut back to Homer being like, "Oh my God, we found a transplant match!" And you're thinking, "Oh my God, for what?" For Homer. He's going to have a hair transplant from Snake. And guess who's doing it? Dr. Nick Riviera. Here's a shot to make the whole operation just a crazy dream. Smacks Homer in the head, gives himself the shot while he does the operation. I was like, oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad, but I love it. So, of course, he goes and does the transplant surgery with a pizza cutter instead of a scalpel, but, like, I totally had flashbacks to that, what was it, Adult Swim game, Amateur Surgeon, where, yeah, instead of a scalpel, you had a pizza cutter. I was like, oh no! Oh, the Simpsons did it first! Anyway, so he has Snake's hair and everything, and everybody's complimenting him left and right, how good and how youthful he looks, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Except that the hair transplant is growing into his brain and taking over his brain and making him think like Snake and talk like Snake and pretty much controlling him to kill. So, of course, first thing he has to do is, like, go exact his revenge on Chief Wiggum. And then exacts his revenge on Apu. And Bart's watching this on the news as day after day another person's dropped. And Bart's like, oh no, I'm next. I was the other one he said he was gonna kill. Oh no. And Homer's like, oh, of course not. That's silly. I'll protect you. And he literally boards himself up in Bart's bedroom. See, now killers can get in here. Or out. And yeah, it comes after him with a sledgehammer to take him out. And Dad's trying to kill me, and he's smashing the crap out of everything in Bart's bedroom until there's, like, a hole in where he boarded up the door, and Marge and Lisa come in and everything, and they realize, it's the hair, you have to fight the hair. It's so over-the-top ridiculous, but it's so funny, and the cops show up and everything. They realize they have to rip the hair off of Homer's scalp to make it stop. But the hair has a mind of its own. It's running around that red dude, like, what was his name? Was not Marvin, like, he had his own name on Looney Tunes, that big red alien fuzzy creature. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's running around like that, except little, wreaking havoc, and the cops have to shoot it over and over and over and over to kill it. And eventually they do. They deem it a bad hair day. Yeah. And now the dead hair is now Maggie's new security blanket. The end. So, move on to skit number 2. We have got, The Terror of Tiny Toon. And because this is a Fox cartoon, and because the era this aired in, I had to wonder if it would, like, maybe be a crossover episode with, like, Tiny Toon Adventures or something. Now, that would have been something to see if it had been. It's not. Yeah, but, it's Halloween in the Simpson household, but Marge decides she doesn't want Bart or Lisa watching the Halloween special of Itchy and Scratchy because, oh, I would be a lousy mother if I let you watch that. You should come trick-or-treating with me and Maggie. And they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna just stay here. She's like, okay, well, just make sure you don't watch it. I'm gonna take the batteries out of the remote. Nah. So, Bart decides to look around and finds, like, some random plutonium that apparently Homer brought home from work or something. He smacks it into the back of the remote. Lisa's like, no, that's highly unstable. What are you doing? He's like, what do you know? Watch, it'll be fine. See, it turns on, and, like, it's glowing green, and so is the TV, and, oh, the colors are all funny. I don't know what's happening, da-da-da-da-da, but they turn it on, they're watching it. I do appreciate the episode title of the Itchy and Scratchy special, Candle in the Wound. Hello, Elton John. But anyway, so they're watching it, and Bart suddenly thinks to hit the enter button on the remote. And they go into the TV, into the episode, and they're like, oh, cool, we're inside of a cartoon. As if it weren't super meta that they're already cartoons, but shh, it's okay. And everything is cartoon logic and cartoon physics in this world, because Itchy and Scratchy. So, they're there, and they're laughing their butts off, because they just think they're watching this cartoon play out in person. Like, what's the problem here? Until Itchy's like, they're laughing at your pain. That's not very nice. Let's go get revenge! And they turn all their murderousness towards them, which is about to be expected and is over-the-top cartoony and ridiculous as you would expect in the Itchy and Scratchy world, but it's fun though. It's fun seeing how they take what is already a cartoon, but then apply further cartoon logic to it that does not feel just like a regular Simpsons episode. It actually feels like its own world inside a world. I really liked how they approached that. Classic old school cartoon tropes or not, no, it works here. I loved it. And it's not until, like, they hit the eject button or the exit button on the remote that they go back into the real world, and then Itchy and Scratchy are trying to get through the screen, and they get into the real world. And Homer's like, oh, how cute! Look at this little mouse, let's put him in a cage. And then Scratchy the cat falls in love with Snowball. And Homer's like, oh, somebody's in love, time to get you neutered. The end. So, it was cute. I enjoyed it. And then the final one, the most what the fuck of them all, was Space Poopers. So, we're following Homer and Maggie, and, oh, Maggie's teething, and it's, like, not just a little baby tooth, no, it is a friggin', like, spiky-ass tooth, like, looks like something that come out of a snake, which I guess kind of ties it all back to the beginning with snake tooth. I don't know. They're unrelated here, but it just kind of ironic that it accidentally bookends itself. And then, aw, she's getting her first tooth. Aw, she lost her baby legs. And Marge is like, oh, she lost her baby legs. Oh, I hoped this day wouldn't come. I didn't want you to find out what? Yeah, you know those aliens that are always on the show? One of them is apparently Maggie's dad in this episode. This is not canonical anywhere else in the series, just for Treehouse of Horror, but for this one, apparently Maggie's an alien, which honestly would explain so much, but I mean, like, really though. It's fun twist to things, so they're trying to just deal with Maggie being an alien, because not only did her legs fall off, she grew tentacles! Woo! And she's climbing on the ceiling and shit, and oh, that's a dangerous place for a baby, what do we do? Oh, if only Maggie could tell us what she needed. But the sucks on her pacifier are, like, transmitting into space. And the aliens have to come down because they're like, alright, time to come pick her up. Larval stage complete. And there's a whole battle over the paternity, and Homer had no idea about any of this until now. It's a whole big dramatic thing, so they go on Jerry Springer, because in the 90s, that's, you know, you have a paternity issue, you take it to Jerry. May I just say how weird it is to hear the Simpsons, like, swear, like, bleeped out swear. Obviously, they're probably not actually saying the words, it's just bleeps to make it sound like, I don't care, it sounds so weird, because this is not a cartoon that typically is like that. I mean, they have, like, little baby swears, like, damn, or hell. They don't usually have, like, F-bomb swears, like in this one, but it's like, oh, okay, that's different. Long story short, King goes ahead and wipes out the entire audience with a ray gun, and kills Jerry. And he's about to take Maggie back until they're still fighting over this, and he decides he's going to take out his revenge by taking out everyone in Washington. It's like, oh, I don't think you could take out every official at Washington. Oh, just watch me try. And he zips off in his spaceship. And Bart's like, don't forget Ken Starr, which, boy, that's a dated reference now, but for when this aired, topical humor, yay. But, still funny, but just, what a weird plot twist to think Maggie is an alien. But I don't know, I really liked this one, the Treehouse of Horror one. Some of them are better than others, some of them are just, they're just okay, some are meh, but this one I really enjoyed. I personally give this one 5 out of 5. I loved it, I thought it was very enjoyable, very fun. Is it ridiculous in moments? Of course, but you know what, it's The Simpsons, it's supposed to be. So, it's just all good Halloween fun. It's nothing, like, scary. I mean, they never, like, scary, but I mean, it's, like, it's toned down even for their Treehouse of Horror episodes, but they went more of a unique route this time, and I can appreciate and respect that. I liked it. So, maybe that's just me, but I enjoyed it anyway. So, those are just my 2 cents. You should totally check it out. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch it on there. Otherwise, trust me, there's places you can watch The Simpsons. There was no shortage of that in the world. So, anyways. But yeah. It was in season 10, like, I think the 4th episode in, if I'm not mistaken, so if you want to watch it, there you go. So, anyways, that is it for this one, guys. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you like me, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below, and if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.